Are you one spirit who moves around, or different spirits who all look the same?
As needed, Dweller.
Right.
We sail.
The spirits are returning.
And thriving again. Good for them.
So, are you getting used to your new abilities?
I'll be getting used to them forever.
Fair enough. We can't be sure you're even mortal anymore.
What? I was just exaggerating. What do you mean I might not be mortal? Nev? Nev!
I keep the crows well stocked. You're welcome to it. Come back soon.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's salt in the wound. And that is my purview.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive Thea. She gets testy when a contract is delayed.
Neither of you strike me as the bloodthirsty sort.
Our shared enemies deserve our worst.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord Butcher Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
You're in charge? Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
The gods care about taking Treviso?
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Helping the crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Find your crow. Then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus may not trust you at first, because you're Kunari.
The occupation makes it difficult to appreciate the difference between regular Kunari and the Antam.
Hang on.
You're getting the hang of those powers.
Really? I'm trying. It's all...
The Butcher seems more reasonable than most Antam, but he still doesn't want any mages in the city.
Well, anyway, you're getting the hang of those powers.
Really? I'm trying. It's all... Honestly, I don't know yet.
Fair enough. What you're drawing from, it's not like my magic.
Which means no one can tell if I'm doing this right.
Or it means you make the rules.
That's even more pressure.
A fine evening, is it not, my friends?
The market never stops, even during occupation.
I've always loved market days, except for when they're occupied by Antam.
You know what you like. Welcome. Mariana and I run the best fruit stand in Treviso.
Greetings. I love how different cultures make things in unique ways. Cafe later?
Good night for you. Oh, Sinead. Good to see another Canary who isn't new to dust wind.
If the butcher wants Treviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Bunch of Antam stopped me on my way to work. Demanded to know who I was and where I was going.
There's the place. Keep your eyes open. We may not be the only ones interested.
He was my cousin!
You've got a... Don't worry, Diago sent us.
You're not more Antam, are you? Prove it and kill them!
That's done.
They're weak on the left. Got them! Please, you have to finish Darrett's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then, someone has to finish this for Darrett. Please.
We will. You should get back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Diago. Just follow the marks. Maybe a mark one crow would leave for another?
I saw something like that on a wall we passed earlier.
Let's go look. That looks like a crow mark, a kind of quick splatter you can throw. That's gotta be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
I'm glad the market's still open during occupation. It probably helps to feel that some things are still the same.
Almost feels like home.
So, Nev, I know our powers are different.
This should be interesting.
It's nothing interesting, just...
Here's another crow mark.
As I was saying, it's nothing interesting, just... Please tell me you messed up sometimes.
Still do. Sometimes it's even magic related.
This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere. The butcher is making poison. Comic.
I've heard of it. It does things to your mind. Nothing pleasant.
If I were the butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line. The Anton brought in a comic master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Don't look down.
The Antam ordered me out of my house. I don't have anywhere else to go.
The Antam hate mages. They've killed most of them. All, I mean. Definitely no mages left.
Almost there. Back on the ground soon.
So, Nev, I know our powers are different.
This should be interesting.
It's nothing interesting. Just, please tell me you messed up sometimes.
Still do. Sometimes it's even magic related.
That's good to hear. Thanks.
Sure. And there's...
I will demand.
Stand there.
Feel the wrath of Tavinta.
Watch out! Watch it! My job's done. Get clear.
That's room for ya.
Finale moves yours.
I'm good.
Only your gods will miss you.
So, Nev,
More essence.
About to...
Take them out, quick!
Trouble nearby.
That's one for us.
Crows fight us for Treviso, that is true. We respect the fight and the prize. I command you to ignore whispers. I command you to ignore traitors. I command that you fight, but above all else, I command. Obey or be caged like the Comet Master. Be your role. Be on top.
We're in. Let's find the comic master.
They do not exist. Choose to exist.
We've got company.
This witch is forbidden! But above all else, I command. Obey or be caged like the comet. Be on top. Treviso is ours. Traitors barter the city. But Auton do not respect traitors. I can smell you, an outsider. Time to test my gift. I am will made flesh, so much flesh. Finally, find the butcher denied and come to me! Prove my word!
Unhear all the... It's done. The comic master's dead.
Good. That's good.
First things first. Let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening. Wait, this note says that wasn't all the comic. The butcher's angry because someone missing.
Who got their hands on it?
No idea, but the note does mention the butcher's inside trader. The occupation had help. Tay and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds? I told you crows to stay out of this!
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place!
You're responsible for the city?
This is Governor Ivenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
We have other enemies too. The gods are involved, corrupting some Antam, making them monsters.
And the Butcher?
You two were right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them. What if their crows died for this contract?
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
We're allies. Of course I'll help.
Ivenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Ivenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
Fewer people than I expected. Let's find Asher.
Asher?
The Viper. He prefers to be called Asher in private. Said I could tell you.
Trouble in the Anvalanim. Darkspawn.
But those tunnels are safe passage for...
I know. We've had to close that entrance.
I know Darkspawn. I'll help. No time to waste. Those Darkspawn have to be destroyed before they get out into the city.
If you get through, signal the all clear at the hidden door.